Hello and welcome back to the Bright Light Wellness YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to chat with you about another topic today. Today, I want to talk about the cell danger response. This is what I find a lot of my chronic health or chronic disease patients or clients are stuck in. They're stuck in what we call the cell danger response. And this means the body is stuck in this hyperarousal, hyperactive state, and it can't really get into the healing phase. It's stuck in the cell danger response where everything is a threat. Everything in the environment is a threat. We're talking about when they're extremely sensitive people, me included. I was in the cell danger response for a long time. In fact, when I got really sick, my body was extremely in the cell danger response, and I went to different functional medicine doctors, and they were just prescribing me supplements. And instead of them being healing and supporting my health, they actually just fueled that cell danger response further because my body was hyper reactive to everything in its environment. So people who have the cell danger response, who are stuck in the cell danger response, everything is a threat. Their body feels very unsafe. And actually, this goes down to the level of the mitochondria feeling very unsafe, meaning that the mitochondria, these are little organelles inside of your cells, and they are always sensing the environment. They're actually sentient beings. So what happens when you're stuck in this cell danger response, the mitochondria, everything that comes into the environment, the mitochondria is sensing as a threat. Okay, so this could be supplements, it could be foods, it could be stressors like heat, stressors like cold, it could be allergens in the environment, like allergy, like, pollen and things like that. It could be fragrances and smells. I mean, literally everything, the body's like, danger, 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 right? This is what happens. The body's stuck in this like danger response, and what the body needs to heal, right? You'll know you're in the cell danger response when you're hypersensitive to everything in your environment and everything is a threat, and you kind of reacting to everything when you really can't like pinpoint like specific triggers because everything is a threat. That's exactly where I was. Like literally everything was a threat when I got really sick. And what catapulted me into the cell danger response was a jab injury. All of a sudden, my exclusion zone water was completely diminished. My vital force was really low. My redox was really low, which it was probably already before this. But then this assault to my system just catapulted that. And then all of a sudden, everything in my environment was a threat. And I just like was every system in my body, from my urogenitalia to my digestive to my lungs to my digestion to my brain to my nervous system to my muscles, my joints, everything was just kind of in haywire, and I just couldn't understand it. And no doctor, by the way, no allopathic doctor is going to understand the cell danger response and why your body is kind of going haywire. These are usually like the mast cell activation clients who are just everything, right? So what the body actually needs to heal is a lot of safety signals, okay? And even something as simple as under eating and over exercising can put your body in the cell danger response to a sensitive soul like myself. That was another catapult of why my body was being in such a depleted state. Because every time like these things, that our environment is playing a big role in our health. So these things in our environment can actually trigger the cell danger response. So it needs a lot of safety to heal. So the body knows how to heal itself, right? We just need to give it the right signals and the right messages. And we don't want to suppress symptoms, right? Because that's just going to further fuel the cell danger response. We need to get the body feeling safe and into the healing response phase, okay? So we need to do this kind of like a full spectrum healing of inputs, like the mind, body, spirit, and the environment, right? And we want like this cell danger response is not a malfunction of the body, but it's like a protective mechanism that when the body is properly supported, will facilitate recovery and regeneration. So what I mean by that is like if you like stub your toe, right? Or say you drop a big boulder on your toe, right? The body's going to go through an inflammatory response. This is the healing phase. The symptoms are the healing phase. But when you're in the cell danger response, the body's like stuck in this responsive phase, but it never really actually fully heals. It never really fully comes back to homeostasis, because after drop that boulder on your toe, you're going to get the inflammation, and the symptomology, the swelling, the redness. This is all the body bringing nutrients and support to that area of the body and healing it. But when your body's stuck in this cell danger response, it kind of like never really gets into the healing cycle, right? And really supports that recovery and regeneration. So we need to kind of look at our environment, look at our mind, body, and spirit, and we really need to nurture the mitochondria to really support true healing, right? We're not trying to eliminate diseases necessarily. We are trying to work with the body's innate wisdom and create a dynamic, responsive process that fosters health and resilience from within, right? It's not about killing things off. It's not about fighting against your body. It's about strengthening your body from within. And when your mitochondria feel more safe, that's going to really, really help heal the cell danger response, okay? So the mitochondria is really, like I said, it's a sixth sense, and it's always sensing like toxic danger signals and cellular defense, because its job is to do the healing, right? So when your kind of toxic load, in a sense, gets too filled, right? That's like this load fills up too much, then the body also can get into the cell danger response because there's just too much toxicity in the body. And the reason why that toxicity can get to be so abundant is because our detox systems are not working appropriately, right? So we're not eliminating properly. We have lack of exclusion zone water. We have poor redox function. So we're not eliminating, we're not sweating, and our detox, our liver is getting overloaded. And if we're putting more toxins in, we just keep putting the toxins in, right? The toxins in our environment, the non-native EMFs, the artificial light, the chemicals, the toxic cleaning products and the toxic cooked products and the toxicity from our food and the toxicity from the environment, like the glyphosate and the fluoride. If we just keep putting these things in and filling up the bucket, there comes a point where the body just cannot handle it too much, right? It's like just too much, right? So that also would make it sense danger signals, right? So we really want to help the body get back to homeostasis and out of this defensive mode. It's in the defensive mode because it's sensing a lot of danger signals. So it's in this defense. And we want to get out of this stuck response and back into the healing phase and restore homeostasis, right? When our voltage is low, right? This is one thing that will reactivate the cell danger response. So when I said before, an injury, right? A jab injury really catapulted me. Before that, the years before that, my voltage was very, very low. My redox was very, very low due to giving myself chronic stress, chronic perfectionism, chronic dieting, chronic exercising, marathon training. My body was already in the cell danger response, but then you throw in another further assault, and that's going to push it even further into the cell danger response, right? So we want to make sure that we are working on lots of things to help the mitochondria feel safe, the body feel safe, and get back into the healing response. And this is exactly what I do with my clients. There are different phases of the cell danger response. There's cell danger response 1, 2, and 3. But some of the examples of diseases associated with cell danger response, and this is founded by Dr. Robert Navio, if you want to look into his work, but anything like disorders of the immune system, allergies, asthma, chronic infections, candida, SIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, mast cell activation syndrome, diabetes, heart disease, IBD, arthritis, cancer, psoriasis, OCD, eczema, PTSD, Hashimoto's, bipolar disorder, depression disorder, like depressive disorders, migraines, POTS, neurodegenerative disorders, and chronic fatigue syndrome. These are all examples of the cell danger response, right? So too much toxic overload, too much stress in the body, not enough safety signals is going to trigger this. And we really want to help the body get back into the healing cycle, okay? So I help my clients get back into the healing cycle in many, many, many ways, okay? And first thing we need to think about to restore this is some of the things that I work on is the foundation to health really is correct circadian biology, sunlight exposure, bright days, dark nights, and resetting the day and night cycles. This hugely gives the body a lot of safety. It knows what to expect. The mitochondria know what to expect, and it really helps improve detoxification naturally. Like when you sleep, when you feel tired, when you feel hungry, when you go to the bathroom, all of these things are, have a lot to do with the cell danger response, right? I'm not sorry, have a lot to do with your scratch that, have a lot to do with your circadian biology, right? So you will naturally restore, the health cycle by improving circadian biology, getting adequate sunlight during the day, darkness at night. Earthing, connection with nature will help. We work on avoiding non-native EMFs. That's another conversation. We work on restoring sleep, like getting adequate sleep, because sleep is when we heal and regenerate. Diet, we work on more, seasonal, local, real, organic, whole foods. I support people with fatty acids as well, which helps get people out of the cell danger response. So not really supplementation, because I don't like to think of fatty acids as supplementation, but it's more just nutrients that will support the body getting out of the cell danger response. We want to work on breathing mechanics and eliminating like toxins in our environment that are continuing to perpetuate the cell danger response. And we want to give the body a lot of safety signals, like I said, right? We want to work on supporting detoxification. I do that with circadian biology and homeopathy, really mostly. We want to work on adequate movement, managing stress, learning how to regulate our nervous system, learning how to use photobiomodulation, possibly called thermogenesis, inherited trauma and family systems that, again, I really rely on homeopathy for, and having connection, right? So those are like the main things that I work on with clients when I'm trying to help them get out of the cell danger response. If you are this kind of client who's in this cell danger response where everything is a threat, my offering to you would be to start working with someone like me who works on all of these things. Okay, doesn't just throw supplements at you, because that's a surefire way to just keep keeping you in the cell danger response. You have to actually change your lifestyle. But if you are a client who's suffering, who finds themselves in the cell danger response, really, really sensitive to their environment, I would highly recommend booking in with me, one-to-one coaching. Of course, homeopathy can absolutely get a person out of the cell danger response. I've seen it work in more resilient, younger children, especially with higher heteroplasmia rate, who are not as toxic yet, who have not had so many suppressive therapies, really damping down their immune system from working so greatly as it should. Also depends on your mitochondria that you inherited, and how much that's impacting where you start from, right? But booking in for one-to-one coaching is really the way to go here, because we need time to reactivate this healing cycle. And it takes time, patience, trust, and it also takes intentional habits and routines. Okay, so booking in I offer a 3-month one-to-one coaching package where you can work with me once a week for an hour on Zoom, and I will do coaching and teach your body how to get out of the cell danger response. That's what I do. I will teach you how to get back into the healing phase. I will teach you how to support your mitochondria, how to support your voltage, how to support your electrical body, how to support your energy systems, and how to get you back into healing, right? And how to make you less reactive and more resilient. Okay. So that's what I help clients do. I suggest a 3-month coaching package. So it's 12 sessions over 3 months of me teaching you all the strategies to get you back in the healing phase. Of course, you'll probably have to continue to do these things, throughout your life. And then you have the option to include homeopathy or not with that. So that is a choice for you, but I do think it's a great idea to include homeopathy, because it's only going to help you get stronger. And again, homeopathy is a slow, gradual buildup of the immune system. So those 3 months are going to be a good kickstart, but we probably need to work together for a little while longer, especially with homeopathy, especially when acutes come up, because the acutes actually help the body heal the chronic, which is a whole nother conversation. But we want to have the body getting back into the healing phase, and this takes time, and it takes patience, like I said, and it takes being intentional about your daily habits and routines. Okay, without change, there is no change, right? Nothing changes unless something changes. So we have to make changes. And that takes time to reestablish or to establish changes in our life. Okay, so I'm going to offer to you that I offer that one-to-one coaching opportunity for you. I have room for one other coaching client right now in this given moment as I'm saying this, but that could shift as when this video actually comes out. So you can always reach out to me. I do offer payment plans. If the 3-month pricing is too much, I think my pricing is very fair, but if it's too expensive for you, you can say, okay, I'm going to go down to this payment plan and pay by monthly. So that is an option. So just reach out to me and talk to me, and I will, work with you on that. You can reach me by email, contact@brightlightwellnesscoach.com. You can reach me on Instagram. I check all my DMs, so I will get back to you on Instagram there as well, which is bright_light_wellness. So you can reach out to me there. And I really look forward to supporting you and getting you out of the cell danger response, because I know exactly how that feels to respond to literally everything that goes in your body. And I know how frustrating that is, because you're like, oh, I want to be healing. I want to be supporting my body, right? So let me know if you have any other questions. Check out my offering. It's on my website, brightlightwellnesscoach.com, and it's under one-to-one coaching. So I will help you get out of this cell danger response. I will help you get back in the healing phase, and I will help you increase your voltage, increase your energetic potential, increase your body's resilience, make you stronger. Your sleep will be better. Your gut will work better. You'll feel more energized. Your moods will be enhanced. You will just feel it in your body in all the ways. So really looking forward to supporting you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next video. Have a great day.